Story of the Movies, The Project Omega, Episode 1. This is a sequel to the Project Alpha. Let's begin. Today's episode is Crisis on Infinite Earths, a 5-part crossover. I'll say when the first part ends, so let's start. Part 1 is the Monitor summoning heroes from across the multiverse, cause the multiverse is about to end. And you see the Monitor has to make sure the heroes protect Earth. You see, each hero, some Earths are set to hold the antimatter wave, wiping out every Earth in existence in the multiverse. But the heroes managed to get the people from Earth 38 all the way to Earth 1, because Earth 1 is the last stop on the antimatter wave. That would be the end of Part 1. Part 2 is finding the Paragons. There's 7 Paragons that will save the multiverse. But there is this one hero called Harbinger, and they find her acting funny. So, yeah. And then Supergirl hears a familiar voice, and it's Lex Luthor. And the Monitor says, "Don't kill him." Because everyone has a part. Everyone plays a role. He says everyone has a role to play. I think that's what he says. He says something like that. But he also says the vibe must live again. And so he reverses time a little bit, so Cisco has its powers as vibe. So the Monitor sends the Flash on a recon mission, and Vibe and Killer Frost find Nash, but he calls himself Pariah. His punishment for trying to find the Anti-Monitor is he cannot and will not intervene. All he can do is watch. That's all Pariah can do. But the Flash searches the city, and the recon is good. That would be the end of Part 2. Wait, no. They end up finding all the Paragon. Actually, no. Yeah, that would be the end of Part 2. And then now begins Part 3, where they do find all the Paragons, which is Martian Manhunter, the Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman, and then Ryan Choi, and then Superman of, I don't remember what Earth, but it's the Superman from, because there's 2 Supermans. I believe it's the Superman Returns one. I'm just not sure what Earth that is. But yeah. Part 3, they go find Ryan Choi, and basically, Lex Luthor wants to kill every Superman in the multiverse. And so he manages to escape from his prison. And so he does. And then he wreaks havoc, but is then stopped. But what no one notices, Lex grabbed a page out of the book that requires to kill all the Superman. And so later when Harbinger comes, and I believe the Superman of Earth 38 asks, how did she know where to find us? But the Barry Allen of Earth 90 sacrifices himself to save the multiverse, but the machine that's slowing down the antimatter wave explodes. But Pariah brings Jefferson Pierce in, Black Lightning. Oh, I also forgot to mention in part 1, the Green Arrow dies, but he's on purgatory in part 2, and then he doesn't come back until like part 4, but I'll get to that. And Black Lightning helps the Flash of Earth 90, and then they find out, when they come back, they find out that that's not Harbinger, because it's actually the Anti-Monitor. Yeah, the Anti-Monitor was Harbinger. And the Anti-Monitor snaps his fingers, and it makes everyone fall to the ground. But then the Anti-Monitor brings in the antimatter wave to destroy Earth 1, and then them, the Wave Rider. But before the Anti-Monitor can do that, Pariah sends them all to the Paragons, to the vanishing point. I forgot to mention, Sarah Lance, which is White Canary, is also another one of the Paragons. That would be the end of part 3. Now begins part 4, where we find out the Monitor created the Anti-Monitor. But in order to save the multiverse, the heroes must travel beyond time and space. But the Green Arrow returns, but not as Green Arrow, but as the Spectre. You see, in this part, Green Arrow was training, aka Oliver Queen, was training for becoming a Spectre. And so he says, run, Barry, run. And Barry puts everyone in a different point of time of Oliver Queen's memories, because he also died. But Oliver Queen is still alive, so yeah. After that, Barry finds himself meeting with Oliver again, but then he realizes what he must do. Barry picks everyone up from their point in time and brings them to the void, where the Anti-Monitor is standing. And the Anti-Monitor wants to destroy the Paragons. But what happened to the Superman from Superman Returns? Oh. Lex changed history in part 3. He made himself one of the Paragons and gave him powers. And so now Lex Luthor is one of the Paragons. And so after that, the Paragons fight the things the Anti-Monitor sends after them. But the Spectre fights the Anti-Monitor and takes his power, destroying the Anti-Monitor. But after that, the Spectre dies, but a new multiverse is born. That's the end of part 4. Now 5 is the conclusion, but a new multiverse is born. The Anti-Monitor is alive, but the heroes all together defeat the Anti-Monitor as he shrinks and shrinks until he's no more. But now the Anti-Monitor is gone for now. But then they all remember all of the Spectre, also Green Arrow, in memoriam, because he died. He saved billions of lives by resetting the multiverse. And that's the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Next time on Story of the Movies, the Project Omega. This is still airing as I record this, but it's the next crossover, the one after this, called The Flash Armageddon. I haven't seen any of it. I'm just waiting for all the parts to come out, and I can watch it. Until next time, stay safe and peace.